welcome to our webinar series for exhibitors. My name is Hannah Sharp, and I am the social media manager for Redwood Art Group. I'm joined here today with Eric Smith, President and CEO of Redwood Art Group. We're going to give you key information on participating in a live event. For some of you, it may be your first time exhibiting at a high-end fair like Spectrum or Red Dot, and for some of you, this will just be a refresher of the things to think about as you get ready. It's Miami Art Week, so this is mega, and congratulations, you made it into one of the major fairs during the biggest art events on the planet.
That's true. It's an exciting week. Let me just start by saying we're here to help. So at the end of this video, there'll be some emails and contact information that'll help guide you. Hopefully you'll get enough information out of this video where you won't need it, but if you do, we're always here to help. And your experience is really important to us. Keep that in mind. I'm just going to give you a little bit of an outline before Hannah and I jump into more of the operational things. It's important that you do your homework. You've paid a lot of money. Your booth is reserved. Time is ticking every day. And I don't want you to get so caught up in logistics that you forget about the big picture. And the big picture is you want to meet people. You want to collect leads. Hopefully you sell some art. 30 to 35% of the people do really well. 30% of them break even, and the other people get some leads, some of them don't sell anything at all. Don't get depressed. This is a long haul. The art business is very unstructured, and it takes a lot of effort and a lot of education, like what we're doing with you right now, to make it work. So with that said, Hannah, what's your first question for me?
Yeah, so I am an artist or a gallery, and I have reserved my booth. Now what?
Well, you do your homework, like I said, and then the first thing you're going to do at the fair specifically is move in. The move-in times are in your exhibitor manual. Bring a step stool, bring a hammer, bring your hooks, screw gun, screws, however you're going to attach your art to the wall. The easiest way to do it is if you have the wire on the back and you can just put one hook in and get it, centered. The walls, sometimes you're sharing a wall with another exhibitor. If they're pounding and your picture gets crooked, don't worry about it. You can always come back an hour before the show opens and straighten those things up. But, those are, 3, 4, 5 essential things that you should be bringing.
Okay. And it's my first time exhibiting, so is there someone I can contact with questions? I have a million questions.
Yeah, again, you can resort back to the exhibitor manual. And for marketing purposes, you can contact Kelly Smith or Hannah Sharp and with your questions. And then for all operational things, you need extra lights. Where do I park? Do I get a hotel? All those type of things. You contact Mita, and Mita's name is spelled M-I-R-A, Mita Fox, and her email will be at the end of this video. We'll put their email addresses up there.
Okay. And then what does the setup process look like?
Well, setup's important, and it takes you a lot longer than it does to tear down. I mean, it's easy to take art off the wall and wrap it up, but when you're setting it up, you got to lay it out properly. And that's really, really, really important. You're going to move your art in off the loading dock, and you're going to have to remove your car or your van or your trailer or whatever you've moved your art out of immediately, because other people are loading in. And we have a place where you can park as an exhibitor. And it's on page 3 of your exhibitor manual. Load in is pretty easy. We have people there that help. There's carts, but if you have your own cart, your own dolly, come prepared with that so you can wheel your stuff to to your booth. There's 300 plus exhibitors in the show, so keep that in mind.
Okay, so we've loaded in my art. Now, how do I hang it in my booth?
You lay it out, and you should do that even now. Think about it. You know how big your booth is. Some of you have 4 by 10, 4 by 20, some 10 by 10, some 12 by 24, some way bigger than that. And the professional people, most of those galleries are in Red Dot. They kind of know what to do, but the solo people and you first time exhibitors in a 4 by 10, if you've got 40 by 40 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the back wall, because it's 10 feet wide, and then 1 on each side wall. The worst mistake new exhibitors make is overhanging their booth. And then people just walk by because you don't have enough white space to view the art. It's just too busy. Okay. So think about how to hang it. And if you do some drawings and you want to send them to me and have me look at them, I'm perfectly fine doing that. I received a couple yesterday, in fact, and approved them. So yeah.
Amazing. And I'm coming by myself. I know a lot of people don't come by themselves, but is it okay to step away from my booth for a minute, or do I have to stay there the whole time?
Yeah, don't worry. There's a lot of camaraderie. The people, you're going to get to know the person next to you. You're going to get to know the person across the aisle. Make sure you do meet them because you're all in this together, right? And if you need to go to use the restroom or get something to eat or go meet somebody at the door, or whatever it is, just say, hey, Jimmy, can you watch my booth? That type of thing. And they can certainly do that. You're going to want to take a break. And I highly suggest that you take a break during the show. It's a long haul, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So get a lot of sleep, eat healthy, drink a lot of water, and take a break when you want to. Don't get grumpy in your booth. It's just not good. Booth etiquette is really important. Don't play any loud music. Be aware of your neighbors. Really, if you're going to eat, go somewhere else and take a break and eat and let somebody else watch your booth. Stay out of the way of, the front of your booth. Don't put anything in front because you want people to walk in so you can engage them in conversation.
Perfect. So we've covered the logistics of setting up and bringing my artwork. Is there anything I can be doing right now leading up to the fair to prep for the show?
Market, market, market. The number one way to get people to a trade show, an event, whatever, is through your exhibitor base. So, 300 exhibitors, if they each invited 100 people, that's a huge amount of people, right? I mean, you can do the math there. And it takes everybody. We're a village, and it takes the whole village to create a good event. Now, we had 40,000 people last year at Red Dot and Spectrum Miami. We do a lot of marketing, but if you want to sell art, you need to invite, and you need to start making a list of the people you want. It's almost like a wedding, right? Go ahead and put 200 people on your wedding list, and if your dad says you have to cut out some of those people, you really don't this time because you give them free tickets anyway. Anna can relate to that. They're all free tickets. So, get those links out in the marketplace. Do your marketing. Do your social media. Set up an Instagram account if you have it. And Hannah can help you with that. But market, market, market. You want people to come see you. You want them to say, I need to see booth 1402 at the registration, and then we'll guide them to your booth. I mean, that's what you want.
Awesome. And I'm a little nervous that I'm not going to sell anything. Do you have any tips for selling at the show?
Well, number one is invite your friends and family and other collectors, right? Because the easiest person to sell a piece of art to is somebody who's already bought one, because you've already built the value in there and they know what your work is like. But stand up, smile, ask open-ended questions, right? You've got to get that 6 degrees of separation out of the way. Where are you from? Have you been to Red Dot or Spectrum before? What other shows have you visited while you've been here? What's your collection look like? Tell me about the last artist or the last piece that you bought. any open-ended questions. Have a guest book. Try to get them to put their name, email, and phone number down so you can follow up with them. If you get them to do that, they're interested and they're giving you permission to follow up with them. Take a pic if they like a piece, right? Like the Ronnie Cutrone piece next to me, right? Go ahead and ask them to sit next to or stand next to it and take a picture of it with them and give it to them. Yeah, those are good tips.
So those are good tips for, during the fair. Is there anything I can do after to continue selling my pieces?
Follow up. Follow up for sure. This, events are not, I say it's a 5-day show. It is a 5-day show, but it's a 6-month event. You want to start marketing before that, and you want to keep following up after the event. I cannot tell you how much art is sold after a show. So much art. We do a seminar in Santa Fe, and this was our first year doing it for artists, and we had 15 artists in our seminar. Now I'm going to bring one up specifically. Her name was Ruth. I won't give you her last name, but her name was Ruth. And she came to the show and she sat in the seminar and she did everything we told her, every single thing. And during the show, I think I got the numbers right, but during the show, I think she sold 8. And then I think she sold 4 more pieces after the event. And I think the total she sold was 12 pieces. She was on cloud 9. She was so excited, but she did everything we told her to do. She followed her instructions. She started with just collecting leads the first day because I asked her, all I want you to do is get 5 leads today. And she did. And those people came back and bought. And so that's really important. But follow up after the show too. Go ahead and reach out to all those people that you've met. Okay?
That's a good tip. One more question. If I have a question during the fair, is there somewhere I can go and ask?
You can always go to the show office. There's somebody in the show office all the time. If that's what I would do, I would go to the show office. That person at the show office can find somebody. You know what? Some of you, your lights are going to go out because it happens at every show. I got a light out, right? Or this person down the hall is bugging me, or whatever it may be. Or I want to switch some pieces out because I sold some work. Or can I make this delivery? Or do you have any bubble wrap? Or all of those questions can be answered. And there's always some, tangerines there, and you can take a break in there if you want. And you could also go to the lounges. We have a couple nice lounges set up where you can take a break. But you can always go to the show office for your answers.
Got it. Thank you. So we hope that helped answer any questions that you may have. And we have another part of this series coming out, diving deeper into all things marketing. So stay tuned for that.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.